Hey, what's going on? Howdy, howdy, howdy. So, I was asked by Rand's lovely lady a certain question, and I know that it's also his birthday soon, and I know that's going to be the anniversary of you two. Once again, before I begin, I want to say congratulations. You guys have been doing really great so far, and I've been following everything you guys have been doing, and I can't help but say that I love seeing both of you so happy. But going back to the point, my question that was asked by Rand's lovely lady Minxie was what makes Rand so awesome slash chewy slash cool slash talented? There are really a lot of I'm sorry, I'm super fucking tired, but there are really a lot of things, you know? There are a lot of things that make this guy really what he is. First and foremost is that he is an absolute great friend. He is a very handsome gentleman. He's a very he's a very kind and compassionate person, and he's also a really good friend that I believe you can really count on when the time comes for it. Why why I think he's so awesome and cool is when I first met him, I always knew him as this guy that was amazing at making props. And not just making props, but being creative. It's so rare for someone to come to a convention and cosplay a character that they made and make it look so amazingly well done and so professional that it looks like they're from an anime or a manga or a video game. Um, and that kind of artistic sense, that kind of creativity, that's something that's so rare nowadays. It's so rare because a lot of people, especially during these conventions, a lot of people are so afraid to cosplay a character that they made because I mean it's not an actual thing. Like, how is that going to be even recognized by people? But when I first met Ran and I first saw some of his cosplays of his actual characters that he made out of, like, by his own mind, I thought that's really inspiring. That's an absolute inspiration because he didn't just make this character, he gave it a backstory, he gave it a personality, he put them into a world of from what I've experienced, he put them into a world of steampunk and of fantasy, and he gave them their own abilities, and I think that was amazing. It actually inspired me to try and make a character, and one day I hope we can still collaborate, you and me, Ran. We can still collaborate on our characters meeting at a convention and having, like, this, like, awesome rivalry or whatever. But there are so many things that I could say about Ran aside from the fact that um you know how cool and talented and awesome he is. Was when I first approached him, um I was actually super nervous. I was super nervous because I felt like he's way too fucking cool. Like, why would he even want to talk to me? But he's not just a creative guy who can make his own cosplays, make his own props, and add such a deal of professionalism and artistry to it. He's a guy that's really approachable. He's a guy that, at the end of the day, no matter how high you may put him on a pedestal, he's still a person, just like the rest of us. And it was him and a couple others like Alan and a whole group of people that I met in Cebu, uh, that taught me that, no matter how amazing you are at your art or at your talent or your hobby, doesn't matter, because at the end of the day you're still a person. And I've watched Ran go through so much crap, and not crap in the sense that everything was bad. I watched Ran go through changes upon changes upon changes, from changing his mindset to his perspective on things, to changing his perspective on life. And now when I see Ran and Minxie together, I can't help but, like, feel so much joy and so much happiness, because it's so rare to find this kind of, like, connection between the two. And it's so rare that, Ran, I'm just going to say it, like, there were a lot of times where he was going through a lot of bullshit, and as a friend of his, I felt for him. I didn't want him to be sad. I didn't want him to be angry and full of anxiety and to be tortured. But now when I see you guys, when I see you two together, when I see your photos together, it's not hard. I mean, I'm sure that you guys, it's not like a perfect relationship. You guys, have your ups and downs. But when I see you two on my Facebook feed, it it's a lot for me to say that you guys are one of the more one of the things I look forward to seeing every time I get on my Facebook. And I'm not even that active on Facebook anymore. I'm too busy working and paying bills and living a happy life with my wife and trying to think of a way to squeeze all of this into a cosplay for the next convention over here. But I may be rambling a lot right now, and this just hit like the 5 minute and 20 second mark. But I can't ever tell you guys what a what an extreme amount of value Rand has to my life. Him and his friendship, the fact that we had so many things in common, the fact that he was able to come over to my house in Dumaguete when we were having our conventions over there, and not for the sake of not just for the sake of like showing his ability to be artistic and share his knowledge to all of us in Dumaguete who were just starting to get into cosplay. But he came there not just as a connoisseur, but as a friend, and he can make props for me, and he can make armor, and he can cast about his education and his knowledge about the hobby for years and years. But I would give all of that over because I value my friendship with him so much more. Um, he it's him and some other some other choice guys in Cebu that really have taught me that the term nakama, which I learned in from One Piece, which is someone that's not just a friend, but like not just a best friend, but someone that's gonna be in it with you, through thick and thin, who's gonna be there and who's going to share all of your ups and downs, and who's going to listen to you and who's going to help you out. I've never felt that term feel more true than when I first went to Cebu and I met Alan and Ran and Kurti and all the other amazing people that introduced me into a community that was so, but that before I felt was like so beyond my reach. And I just want to say that, like, no matter how far we are apart, and no matter how where we are on the world, and even if I'm all the way here in America, with like bills and filling out paperwork and working a lot of the night shifts, even if I'm all the way apart from here, even if we haven't talked in a really long time, even if we talked recently, I always feel that in my heart that Ran, out of all the people that I've met, is definitely one of my most treasured and greatest nakama that I've ever experienced in my life. And I'm so happy to have met you. I'm so happy to have. I haven't met Mixie yet. Minxie yet. One day I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna be back in Cebu. We're gonna see each other. It's gonna be amazing. We don't even have to cosplay. We don't even have to. We can just go and hang out. But one day I'm gonna see each other. And one day I hope to meet you too. But just to wrap up this message is 8 minutes and 23 seconds long. I can really talk, can I? Anyway, just to wrap up this message, Ran, happy birthday, Minxie, happy anniversary to both of you. And like I said, you asked me the question why I think Ran is so cool and awesome and creative and artistic. This 8 minute to 10 minute video isn't even going to be the half of it. um one day I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna see you guys, and it's gonna be great, and we're gonna have an amazing time. And I'm going to be reminded, full heartedly, I'm gonna be reminded how much this friendship means to me, and how much that you, Ran, are a meaningful piece of my life and my friendship, and why you, out of so many people in my life, are considered my nakama. All right, you guys have a great one. Once again, congratulations, and hope to see you guys soon.